everyone, welcome back to another video here at Cyber Advent. My name is Tyrell, and today we are going to be talking about my experience with Western Governors University. So if you guys don't know what Western Governor University or WGU is, it is an online university that I went to. I ended up going for about a year and I got my degree from that school. I truly enjoyed my time with WGU, but I wanted to highlight the good, the bad, and the amazing when it comes to Western Governors University. So today, that's what we're going to do. First things first, let's start with the good. And I have my handy dandy notebook to help. I don't know if it will focus, but basically, the good is the reasons why I decided to go to WGU. The bad is the things that I found out that I didn't like about WGU, and then the amazing is like the perks that added on after I started going to WGU. So let's start with the good. First things first, it is flexible. So back before I started going to WGU, I was a college dropout. I dropped out with only 30 credits left to graduate, but due to the way that the school or the classes were scheduled, it would end up taking about 2 more years. So I had to make a decision. I decided to go to work, not school. And a lot of people will be like, hey, well, why would you do that? When it comes to IT, experience is king. So even if I was to have a degree, people will look and say, hey, well, why don't you have any experience? And that was what was happening for a lot of my friends and a lot of people that I know today. So what I decided to do was go get my experience and then get my degree on the side. And because of that, I ended up getting to a point that I didn't think I was going to get at 23. You know, I am a threat hunt analyst, and I was not expecting to get here at this age. So that's why. But anyway, it's flexible. And I decided that since, I can focus on going to work and then go to school on my part time, and that's what I did. And that's why I'm here today. Following that, it's also self-paced. So that is a really big thing for me because I wanted to knock out a lot of classes that I already knew about. So like I said, I was a senior in college for IT and cybersecurity, so I already knew bits and pieces of cybersecurity. I already knew bits and pieces of like operating systems and stuff like that. So when I went and I started going to WGU, I was able to knock out like 11 classes within 6 months. And then the next semester, I was able to knock out the rest, the final 6. So yeah, it's flexible. It's at your own pace. It was awesome, completely awesome. Another thing is it's affordable. Like I said, I knocked out 11 classes in one semester. And one semester lasts 6 months. So when you do the math, right, 11 classes for $4,000. You know, that's super cheap when you think about it in credit per hour. So keep that in mind. But that's really it for the good. Those are the reasons why I went to WGU. I thought it was a good school because of that. And now I'm going to talk about the bad. So the bad, this depends on the type of person you are. Because for example, my first bad is there's no community, right? And a lot of people might go, well, duh, it's an online school. But I say, it would be nice just to be able to go and see somebody, wave hi to your students or your fellow students or your professor and, talk to them in person. When I'm at work, I love going up to people. I love just saying, hey, I've been thinking about doing this, talking to them face to face. It's just who I am, right? So not being able to do that at WGU is a negative to me, but most people will probably be like, yeah, it kind of comes with what you're doing, right? It's an online school. Next, it has a questionable reputation, and that's just due to the fact that people like me are able to knock out half a degree in about a year, right? People are able to knock out an entire degree in a year if they're really dedicated and they are just like focusing on school. So for a lot of people, they see that and go, that's a little sketchy. But you got to remember there are certification tests inside a lot of these degrees, like they were for me doing the cybersecurity program. I had to knock out classes like the SSCP, the Pentest Plus, the ITIL Foundation Cert, the A+, things like that. So for me, I will sit there and be like, well, hold on, I had to take these exams that a lot of people can't pass, right? So that's why I believe that WGU is a lot more reputable than a lot of people want to say or want to act. I don't think that WGU should be basically looked at as a diploma mill because of the fact that there are quality people who are able to go fast and knock out classes a lot faster than most. So another thing is, if you're not used to being self-taught, this might be a little hard for you. And I say that because, you know, there are some times, especially when I was taking the Pen Test Plus, it would have been really nice to have someone there to kind of guide me, because I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really know what I was looking at, but I kind of just kept on going through it. I ended up failing twice before I finally passed on the third time, and I actually had to pay for it on that third time. It sucks to suck. But like I said, it's only a con if you're not used to being self-taught. But if you're used to being self-taught, you can knock it out easily. And this isn't even a con. You might even like it. So now, to talk about the amazing. This is something that I ended up finding out while going to WGU and I liked. So for example, you get free Udemy courses and Puro site. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I really like that because I think that is an amazing resource. And you get it even as an alumni, which is huge, right? You're able to go back and knock out classes like or courses or certs like the CAS Plus. I just did that. I used Udemy to pass the CAS Plus and I got that. I'll talk about it in another video. But it's just amazing that WGU gives this to you for graduating, or you know, they give it to you for just attending, and if you get to keep it if you graduate. It's amazing. It's awesome. That is worth its weight in gold, and I don't even know how much that weighs. So yeah, another thing is scholarships. I was able to get the SAGE scholarship. I applied randomly and they actually gave it to me. I was super hyped because I never got a scholarship other than like the one you get in Georgia for having like a 3.0 GPA in high school. Other than that, that's the only scholarship I ever had. So I was super hyped to be able to say, yeah, I earned a scholarship. You know, I was proud of myself. So that's another thing. I think that's it for the most part. But what I do want to say, I'm going to put this down, is if you are looking to make the switch into IT and you're thinking about WGU, I want to say, hey, do you already have a degree? If you already have a degree, I recommend looking more so towards either the master's degree or just doing projects. If you don't have a degree, but you have experience, WGU is the best school. It's one of the best schools you can go to. I'm also doing something else I'm gonna have to talk to you guys about later. And it deals with another really, really reputable school for cybersecurity, but can't talk too much right now. With that being said though, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.